All right, 3 free plays for Friday, August 14th. We are back here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Don't forget to click subscribe. Mark Zinno, that's him. I'm Brian Power. Getting it going again here before the weekend. Mark,
do you want me to tell everybody how I mushed you last night?
I was going to leave that out and just talk about my plight.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
Go ahead.
Listen. So the good news was, remember yesterday on the show, we said, hey, I'm going to go bet NFL preseason. This baseball thing ain't working out for me.
How'd it go? The NFL preseason.
I bet the NFL preseason. 2-0, baby. Well, Arizona Cardinals action. Tennessee Titans beat the second line movement to 6. Got it at 4.5. We get a cover. Very happy with that selection.
Awesome.
However, the devil tempted me. Eve gave me the apple in the garden, and I bit it because I decided to play the Dodgers last night too as well. And it didn't go well.
Dodgers were my 4% best bet, my only premium release for Thursday. Zinno, I'm getting old.
And I ruined it.
I'm not going to go so far as to say that, but I'm getting old. Okay. As a matter of fact, on Monday, I will be turning 46 years old. And we should have a special birthday celebration for me on Monday's program.
We should.
Anyway, there's a point here. Getting old.
Okay.
I fell asleep when the Dodgers had the lead. I did not make it to the end of the game last night. It was a West Coast game.
So did I.
That happened. That happens more often than not these days.
I didn't make it to the end of the Titans game.
I wake up and there's very few things worse than seeing your team has blown a lead in the 9th inning. Edwin Diaz, he is a problem for the Dodgers, is he not? 3 runs allowed in the top half of the 9th to blow that game for LA. And you know what? Shame on me, because as the day rolled on and I was thinking about the play more, the bet's already in, write-up's already out, clients have received it. I think to myself, man, it feels like I'm selling high on Milwaukee. They just got swept. You know, this is normally a time where I jump in and bet a team, but I don't know. I thought the price was right on the Dodgers. For 8 innings it was. Then the 9th happened. So I apologize to anyone who was on last night's 4% best bet because it was a loser. Did win my free play on the show yesterday rather easily with the Toronto Blue Jays team total under 3.5. Turns out it could have been under 0.5 because they were shut out.
Yeah, well, that's that was also the interesting.
There were a lot of shutouts yesterday afternoon in Major League
Baseball. Listen, I can't believe I'm the overthinker that I was with the Nats Cubs or the what was it?
Yes,
it was Nats
the
Cubs.
First 5. Yes, on yesterday's
I mean,
show,
of course,
play.
the thing stays under. They win 7-0. The whole game stays under. But I'm like, yeah, let's leave the Nats bullpen out of it until I realized Cade Cavalli was going to throw a no-hitter for 7 innings.
And then they were going to score a bunch of runs with 2 outs in the 5th.
And then a 2-out home run, a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th pushed it over. It was bad. Anyway, so.
All right. So that's enough about yesterday.
Yep.
Mark Zinno's foray. And I guess the good news is Mark Zinno's foray into the NFL preseason was a good one. That's the big takeaway. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the preseason. I know we have 3 games here on Friday, but we will be trying to run through all the baseball games as well. And we will do that starting in 40 seconds after the wake-up call. Stay tuned.
Wake up, Mr. Sleepyhead. You are late.
It's the Morning Wager.
I've got a hangover. Who knows what that means?
We're going to do this again.
Garçon, coffee.
So I have a story to tell. May I tell a story?
Oh, so what are you going to tell us, tough guy?
You really set me off, okay?
Take caution in your tone, Commander.
I went 4-1 today. Zinno, I went 4-1.
Bonnie, anything to add?
No.
The Morning Wager starts now.
Guys, don't forget to click that like button. I'm sure over the next 20 or so minutes, we will give you plenty of reasons to do so. And comment down below with your favorite bet as well.
Real quick, speaking of commenting down below, everybody agreed with me. Beach needs an ocean.
What's that?
A beach needs an ocean.
No, there were many people who said otherwise. I actually liked someone.
I maybe I missed the comments. When I went there to the comment section earlier yesterday, everybody's beach needs an ocean. Pensacola Beach. Destin Beach. Those are beaches.
Edgewater Beach has a lake. It's called. Take it up with the. Take it up with that.
I got to talk to somebody in a geography class. I don't, or land navigation class.
Okay.
Against the lake, it's just called the edge of the water. It's not a beach.
I don't know.
Dirt.
No, it's okay. I don't know. Let's get this sloppy parlay. I mentioned that I had the Blue Jays team. I gave out the Blue Jays team total under on the show yesterday, and that was an easy winner. They were one of several teams who were shut out yesterday afternoon. Well, that means I'm up first here on this sloppy parlay. Two teams that were not shut out Thursday afternoon were the Red Sox and the Pirates. Of course, as a matter of fact, the Red Sox were the team that did the shutting out of the Blue Jays. They avoid what would have been a tough sweep and their longest losing streak of the season over. Of course, Boston had been doing plenty of winning before that. They'd won 27 of 30, 31 of 36. But did you catch what else happened yesterday afternoon, Zinno? The Pittsburgh Pirates, they too avoided a sweep. Where did that come from? 13-1 on the Marlins? Now, both the Pirates and Red Sox poured it in late in their respective games yesterday, scoring a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning. Those two teams, Boston and Pittsburgh, begin a series at PNC Park on Friday. I'm taking the plus money with the home team. Zinno, Pirates, we know what do we know about them? They score at home quite a bit. And people are going to start flocking to the Red Sox again now that they won. I'm kind of on a sell mood with the Red Sox right now. Difficult to keep, as they showed for most of this week, when you win 27 of 30, it's difficult to maintain that level of success. And I look at this matchup here between the Red Sox and the Pirates. I think the Pirates have the starting pitching edge. Bubba Chandler, I know you don't think that a grown man should be called Bubba.
Nope.
But I'll tell you what, you can call him Susan for the way he pitched last time out. Didn't give up a run. Pirates high-scoring home team. I like them at a plus price here. Buckaroos. They need this bad to stay in the NL wild card race. Bad. Wave that Jolly Roger. That's what they say.
All right. My half here, and forgive the lack of a real technical handicap here, folks. My baseball mind is sort of lost, but
how's your shoulder?
Chicago White Sox and Detroit Tigers. They have played 6 games this series. Exactly one of them has gone over the total. And it was the last one they played as a 5-4 Tigers win. In case anybody hasn't looked at the standings lately, hasn't looked up. Oh, by the way, Detroit is in second place in the AL Central. Oh, by the way, Detroit trails by 2.5 games. And oh, by the way, guess what? The White Sox have been not good as of late. And they are in danger of blowing this AL Central lead here. And this is a critical series. The Tigers just came off a very critical series with the Guardians where they took 2 of 3, including a 3-0 win yesterday. And by the way, the Guardians had played the White Sox and the Tigers in back-to-back series. And now they are in 4th place and 4 games out of first in the AL Central. But all this builds up to the fact that this is going to feel like a playoff series. It's going to be played like one. I get it. Sean Newcomb, who's basically a reliever who hasn't started. I think he's had 1 start this year. And Jackson Jobe. Do you remember Jackson Jobe? He's back. The good old Jackson Jobe. He was really good last year, I think, for as far as
I remember when he made his debut against the Guardians in the playoffs.
Well, he pitched on August 8th, which is 5 days ago. 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs against the San Francisco Giants in San Fran. Look, runs are going to be at a premium here. This is an under game. It's an under series. They treat it like a playoff series. All these games are going to matter. And you give the pitching edge kind of to the Tigers here. The Tigers don't score a lot at home. The White Sox don't score a lot at home. Both of these bullpens are fairly reliable to this point. Detroit's 6th and the White Sox are 10th in bullpen ERA. So we're going to take the under here, 8.5 here, and not try to overthink it like I normally do.
A few things. Number one, you mentioned these teams have played 6 times this year. The majority of those games staying under. Well, guess what? The home team has won all 6 times they have played. That's good for the Tigers, I guess, coming into this series. So early in the year, the White Sox swept the series at Rate Field. Then the Tigers returned the favor at Comerica in June. Number 2, caught this program last week. I believe it was exactly 1 week ago, last Friday's show. Mark, that I threw the question to Mark Zinno, should we bet the Detroit Tigers to make the playoffs? He said yes. I think that bet's going to hit. We got it at 3-1. I think both these teams are going to make the playoffs, quite frankly, the White Sox and Tigers. And then number 3, how's the shoulder doing, Mark?
It's going to be a pretty gnarly scar.
Oh,
which if I would
for life, you're stuck with a scar for life.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Jesus.
There's Scar, the uncle in Lion King, who was a bad guy, and then there's Al Pacino, who's Scarface, and then there's the Scar. So anyway, everything, but it's coming along okay. We have a lot of rehab to do. They tried to make me go to rehab, and I said yes, please, yes.
Very good. All right, we have an entire Major League Baseball board to run through.
Yeah, we got to get through this here quickly.
We have a day game: St. Louis and Chicago.
Over.
I would kind of concur with that. It's funny. So the Cubs,
Liberatore stinks.
He does stink. And the Cubs, by the way, they have not lost back-to-back games since the All-Star break. You mentioned how they were blanked by Cade Cavalli yesterday. No hit for 7 innings, in fact, the Cubs were. So it would stand to reason that their offense would bounce back against Liberatore. But to your point about playing this game over the total, okay, Clay Holmes making a second start for the Cubbies. What do we have? He gave up 4 runs in the first. What is he right now? I'm not sure. Bit of a wild card. But what do we know about St. Louis? One of the highest scoring road teams in Major League Baseball. So I concur with you there on the over. Probably should have been our show best bet.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Where are we going next?
Should have been.
Miami and Cincinnati. I actually kind of like the over in this game, even though we got 2 great starting pitchers on the mound. Your thoughts there? The totals moved from 7.5 to 8, or is in the process of moving as we're recording. Maybe a first 5 over here.
Even
though, again, you got 2 great starters. I get it. Jesus, Sandy is not giving up. Alcantara has not given up many runs.
I mean,
he's given up 0 runs his last 3 starts.
I wouldn't bet this game at all. I mean, either one of these teams can score. Surprised this total is at 8, not 7.5.
I just said, I think, well, maybe it's telling you something. Chase Burns, who had been sensational from what she did, give up 5 runs his last time out. I don't know. I think it's going to be a high score. First 5 totals, only 3.5. I think these 2 teams could scrape together 4 runs in the first 5. Your thoughts?
I was saying Burns.
Yeah, you say this every time. Okay. Where are we going?
Baltimore and Tampa Bay.
This is another deal, another division rivalry, much like Detroit and Chicago, where these teams have played 6 times this year.
Steven Matz. Is that the same Steven Matz from the Mets?
Yes. I'm assuming there's not 2 Steven Matzes.
God.
Maybe there is another one, but home team is 6-0 in head-to-head meetings between Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Rays swept. These teams haven't met since May, as a matter of fact. They played 2 series. But here's the deal. The Rays, Mark, by the way, this is one of the few series where both teams were off yesterday. Tampa Bay is coming off a 9-0 road trip where they outscored opponents 65-34. But they don't just win on for most of the year, they hadn't been that good on the road before that road trip, Zinno. But they're 41-18 at Tropicana.
Explain to me why this total is 8 with 2 crap-ass pitchers. Okay, good answer. Thank you.
I'm seeing 8.5. I don't have one necessarily. I think the Rays are going to get the job done.
Well, the Crown is at 8.
I don't know. I mean,
good talk, Russ.
I don't know. I like the Rays.
I would like the Rays too. San Diego and Cleveland. I mean, God, San Diego's been red hot,
and Cleveland has not. But there's one thing preventing me from pressing the Padres, making that a bet. The starting pitching matchup. I hate this starting pitching matchup for San Diego's. Michael King is, I don't know. I don't think he's as good as
and the
Gavin
Padres
Williams.
won 5 straight.
They have, and they've been scoring a lot of runs. Look, if San Diego's offense keeps it going, Cleveland cannot keep up. Cleveland has no chance. Zero chance. What I would do for the Guardians maybe is look at a first 5 bet here. Gavin Williams, he will always give you his by God heart and soul. Look at what he's done, Mark, the last 4 starts, okay? He's given up 2 runs or less 4 straight times. I mean, how about the strikeout numbers he's been producing as well? I mean, he's in his last, 6 starts, 33, 45, 55, 62 strikeouts his last 6 starts. He'll give you everything he has.
I mean, you know it's going bad for the Guardians. Parker Messick's losing a game at home.
So I don't know. I kind of lean towards the Guardians first 5 there. They do have the rest edge over, or no, they don't. They actually
they don't. I was going to say San Diego.
San Diego has the rest edge. So that I get it. The team wise, there's a lot that points to San Diego, but I think if you like Cleveland, Gavin Williams is your only hope. We talked about Boston and Pittsburgh. We've talked about the White Sox and Detroit. How about Nats and Mets?
I think it's got to be an over. I mean, Andrew Alvarez and Robert Stock from Unsolved Mysteries is pitching tonight. The show used to creep me out as a kid. I could not watch it. And you just heard Robert Stack say, "And the killer is still alive."
Well, they were playing some creepy music the last time Stock was on the mound. He gave up 8 runs in 3 innings, and he walked 5 guys.
Yes, folks, I know it's Robert Stack, but still.
I played against him, by the way. I know some people don't get the jokes. That was actually that was last Saturday. I bet against Stock in the Mets. That was they had won several games in a row.
I mean, Washington scores more on the road. Their bullpen is god awful, and they didn't have to pitch yesterday, of course. So it's part of the reason why they won 7-0.
Mets yes, that is true. Should note that the Nats bullpen got a bit of a rest. Mets coming off a 6-3 road trip. They were shut out in 2 of the 3 losses, but they put up 6 or more runs in all 6 wins. So they had been scoring as of late, albeit on the road. Yankees and Toronto.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
Yankees and Toronto, your favorite talking point, the New York Yankees.
I would tell you this much. I mean, one, we kind of know that Shane Bieber stinks, right?
Yes, I think the Yankees have. Look, you can't trust either of these offenses, but the Yankees have a deciding pitching edge. Well, how do we bet that?
But however, Toronto has owned the Yankees over the last couple of seasons. The Yankees struggle to beat this team. But I'll continue to go back to what I said. You got a bad pitcher against a bad lineup, advantage to pitcher. Bieber gets the advantage. I still think this is probably a first 5 under spot.
Okay. Yankees have a good bullpen too, but
yeah,
they've got Toronto's got a decent bullpen as well.
They both do. But the Yankees tend to score runs late more than early.
The Yankees have not been doing a lot of scoring early in games.
No.
The Atlanta series or the Seattle series.
Correct.
Or the St. Louis series. Quite frankly, since the first that homestand, man, remember we gave out the over on that game against St. Louis. There was 20 runs scored. But since that, I mean, the vast majority of Yankees games, what is it here? 6 of the last 8 Yankees games have seen 5 or less total runs scored. So there you have it.
They stay there. Seattle and Houston.
I actually want to bet Seattle. They've had Houston's number this year, albeit those games were played earlier in the year.
7-1. The Mariners are. Yes, and it feels like a spot to play them. Houston has the rest edge, though, and that's a big Brian Power no-no.
Yes, that is keeping me off this game. Seattle finally.
I don't mind fading Lambert the Sheepish Lion at all.
No. Seattle did get off the schneid yesterday with the 1-0 win over the aforementioned Yankees. However, Mark Zinno, this is a team over its last 7 games has scored 2 runs or less 6 times. It's tough to trust this offense.
That's why in this case, honestly, I'd play Seattle first 5 money line. If it's 0-0 or 1-1, you keep a tie in your back pocket. You know how much I love the tie in the back pocket.
You do. They scored 1 run or less in 5 of those last 7 games. This team can't cross the plate.
And when they finally did score 5 runs, they gave up 10.
Yes.
So there is that. Kansas City and LA.
This is a weird one because you have the lowest scoring road team against the lowest scoring home team. Okay, so let's bet the under, right? Well,
Nope,
can
totally
you
not.
survive Grayson Rodriguez starting for the Angels and the Royals' hideous bullpen?
And oh, by the way, Grayson Rodriguez was actually good in his last start against the Orioles, I think, right? Yeah.
He was
No, sorry.
motivated against his.
He played the Marlins after that, but he was seven innings, 2 runs. He was really good in that. But then he gave up 4 runs in 4 innings against the Marlins. Oh, by the way, if I'm looking at this correctly, they have lost. The Angels have lost. What is that? 8 of their last 9 starts with Rodriguez on the mound.
Well, yes, you are looking at that correctly.
And Kansas City swept them in KC earlier this year.
The Angels, let's give them some kudos here. They just took 3 of 4 here at home from Texas. 7-0 win. All 4 of those games stayed under the total, by the way. Not one of those games in that 4-game series saw more than 7 total runs scored. But again, you got a bad start for the Angels and a terrible bullpen for Kansas City. This is a hard series to bet because you got 2 teams that, quite frankly, Mark, if I may speak freely here on the program, don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas and the Athletics. Let's stick out in the AL West here. Texas has to be very disappointed after dropping 3 of 4 in Anaheim. The A's have the rest edge. I think it's going to be Gage might as well jump starting for them.
Yep.
I
will say
the A's are horrible. The A's are so bad, though. Texas
Kumar Rocker has been better on the road this year.
The A's are so bad. They are unbettable at this point, right?
Not to an over, especially at home.
We are in West Sacramento. And, while Texas just is coming off that series in Anaheim where all 4 games went under, the A's are coming off a series against the Rays where they were swept, and all 3 games went over. We talked about that. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about that series, every game in that series on the show. Had a premium play, I know, on $5 Tuesday on the over that hit easily. So something's going to have to give total-wise there between Texas and the A's. Milwaukee and the Dodgers, we've already revisited the horror show that was the 9th inning last night.
Do we get an over again? I mean, I know it's Yamamoto.
Oh, come on now. Robert Gasser. Yamamoto, correct me if I'm wrong. His numbers are higher at home than on the road. Yes, they are.
I would tell you, yes, almost over a run higher.
I could maybe see.
He's given up 10 home runs at Chavez Ravine compared to 5 on the road. I mean, look, it's one of those things where it's kind of crazy, right? Like, again, go back to his home numbers. Over 20% of the hits he's allowed have left the yard. 1 out of every 5 hits that he allows at Dodger Stadium leaves the yard. But he doesn't allow that many hits because he's got a sub-1 whip on the year. So,
whip it,
and Milwaukee is a good home run hitting team. Excuse me.
They are?
Hold on a second. Is it just on the road? No, they're not a good home run hitting team.
I was going to say, that's usually their thing. They're not a good home. When you said that, I said that's generally their bugaboo. If you
their bugaboo?
Why they don't get it done in the playoffs.
Well, they still score a ton, don't they?
They do, but they do without home runs.
Oh, that's annoying. Chicks dig the
That's their whole thing. It works in the regular season against some of these crummy starting pitchers, some of these crummy bullpens.
Maybe you have figured out their bugaboo.
Yes. I had a point that I was going to make.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes. Just to reopen the war wound here. God, it sucks. We were 3 outs away from a Dodgers win. Had them at minus 140. Now they're minus 180, minus 190 today. It pisses me off so much about last night. Colorado and San Francisco. This is another series where I'm sure good tickets will still be available. Both these teams had off yesterday. I don't know if that matters this late in the season. I think these 2 teams are probably thinking tea times. Colorado, they're actually off back-to-back wins.
Yeah, Kyle Freeland is on the mound. And his ERA on the road is over 7.8. Opposing hitters are batting .320 against him. I don't know. The last time I played on Kyle Freeland, what did he do? He was freaking stellar against St. Louis.
Rockies swept the Royals at home a couple weeks ago. 3-game sweep. Besides that, how many times have they won 3 in a row this season? I'm going to tell you. They had a 4-game win streak in April. They had a 3-game win streak in April, late April. I think we went through this exercise before. And then they had a 3-game win streak in early July. What is significant about that 3-game win streak in early July, Mark Zinno? Well, they won the first 2. The third win came in the series opener against the Giants. Yes.
So significant.
I don't know. Well, it's the same opponent.
Anyway,
so there you go. All right. Yeah. I'm probably not betting that game. It's 2 shitty teams. All right. Pardon my French. All right, let's get to our show best bet here, and then we will wrap it up. We have some preseason talk. We'll be reminding you guys about the contest and the BOGO special. But let's talk about the Diamondbacks and the Braves. This is the 3rd game of 3 today where both teams are coming off a rest edge. Arizona, very disappointing that they lost those 2 games to Colorado. They had no business losing on Wednesday whatsoever, I will point out. And then the Braves, they're in a fight for home field advantage in the National League. But Brandon Pfaadt being available at this price, Mark Zinno, what happened when he was down in Reno? They call it the littlest big town. He has not lost.
Probably met a cocktail waitress and fell in love.
The days, weeks, and months were kind to Brandon Pfaadt in Reno. But it's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
The years were not kind to Reno. That's for damn sure.
Brandon Pfaadt, let's go through the numbers since his little stint he had in AAA Reno. Okay?
The look on your face when I uttered that line to you was...
I almost flipped over a
in laughter.
I almost flipped over a blackjack table at Circa. Anyway, Brandon Pfaadt, okay? He is 6-0 in his 8 starts since returning to the big leagues. He's allowed 2 runs or less in all 8. And oh, by the way, he's not given up an earned run over his last 3. Now, I believe you joined me on this one last Saturday. We both bet against Pfaadt against the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks did lose that game 2-1. Correct? You were on that one? I know I was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But that was the first time they've lost since he returned. Bottom line is this, man.
It wasn't his fault.
No. Bottom line is this. We can get half a run in the first 5 with a pitcher who has just been absolutely lights out over 8 starts. Now, I know Sale's starting for Atlanta. Okay.
Well, again, I mean, we looked at 2 things here that are kind of critical just from a game script perspective.
Mm-hmm.
One, if Pfaadt isn't on early, okay, the chances of Arizona coming back against the Braves bullpen are pretty
minimal.
low because Atlanta's bullpen is very, very good. And Atlanta was off yesterday. So they will have a fresh bullpen ready for them. Secondly, that, there is a world where Atlanta still, again, Pfaadt can pitch well. And then the Arizona bullpen, which is not as good as the Atlanta bullpen, and the Atlanta lineup, which is better than the Arizona lineup, will win the game late. So, and the idea, look, again, if they don't get to Sale, if the D-backs can't get to Sale, then guess what? Again, we don't like their chances after. So the best chances for the D-backs to have a short lead here after 5 innings or a 1-0 lead or even just be tied as they push the game to the bullpen. And the half run is kind of huge. Arizona's offense has been really, really good this entire second half. We'll play on them against a good pitcher and hope they can push a run or 2 across. Again, if Pfaadt does what he's supposed to do, we should be in good position.
He's not given up many runs over these last 8 starts, and we'll count on him doing that for a 9th straight time as our show best bet is the Arizona Diamondbacks' first 5 run line plus half run. It should be around even money, guys. You might even be able to get plus money, shop around. So there you go.
I mean, for what it's worth, in the 4 games that they played this year, what do you call it? It was 3 of them were 2-0, 2-1, and 6-5, right? But they were all tight early. And so I think that sort of lends to just the way these 2 teams have played each other.
For those of you looking at me right now and seeing me scramble wildly here, there's some insane stat because I mentioned that the Diamondbacks had no business losing their last game. There was some insane stat, and I'm looking for it. It really, hold on here. Okay, the Arizona Diamondbacks, this was from their game Wednesday when they lost to Colorado 6-4. They were the second team in MLB history to lose a 9-inning game in which they had 11 hits and 10 walks, and they failed to score 5 runs. Only second time that's ever happened in MLB history. They deserve to win that one, in my opinion. So there you go. All right. I want to talk NFL preseason real quick. We got 3 games. Any insight you want to share on that?
Quick rundown here. Denver and Atlanta. I kind of lean Atlanta as the home dog here in this spot.
Man knows the Falcons, covers them for a living.
Bo Nix is not going to play. Denver's only going to play their starters about 10, 15 snaps. When you talk about backups, for Denver and Jared Stidham, I mean, again, Stidham is pretty capable. But the Falcons, after we see Tua, you're going to see a lot of Cooper Rush, who is also a capable backup here. And the highest total on the board today at 39.5. Kevin Stefanski is a new head coach, probably wants to set a tone for winning very early, even if it's a preseason game. So lean Atlanta plus the points. No real feeling on Tampa and the Jets. The Jets are god-awful, but it's telling that the Jets are a 5.5-point favorite because Tampa's playing nobody in this game. Oh, by the way, Miami, Washington, Dan Quinn is 0-3 last year in the preseason. Does not care. Jaden Daniels is embroiled in stupid NIL stuff at LSU. Miami is a new head coach who wants to win. Definitely lean the Dolphins in that spot as well.
Okay. NFL preseason. Drop us your favorite bets in the comment section. If you're not playing the NFL preseason, drop us your favorite Major League Baseball bet in the comments section. We want to know. And something else we want you to know about, you probably, if you're a regular viewer of this program, you already do know about it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. The buy one, get one free special. Myself and Mark, you can get all of our plays for the next 3 days for just $69. That's the entire weekend you're covered. And this weekend, Mark, oh, do you feel it in the air? Soccer's back. I already got 2 plays locked and loaded for Saturday. One in the EFL Championship, one in La Liga. Both for Saturday. We got two soccer plays up. In case you missed it, I went 67% in the World Cup. We finished on an 11-3 run. We're up over 69 units the last 2+ years on the pitch. That's number 1 at WagerTalk. Thank you very much. So you can get my 2 soccer picks, you get all my baseball picks, you get all Mark's baseball picks, and you get his NFL preseason. You mentioned he kicked off the NFL preseason with a pair of winners last night. 2-0.
That is correct.
So
I'm not
that's
sure
a great
we're gonna
package to take advantage.
But yeah, I would tell you guys, look, if you want to get all BP soccer plays, if you bought them day by day, you'd be able to get 2 cappers and more plays for a cheaper price.
There you go. It's that simple. $69 for 2 cappers for 3 days. You are not beating that price anywhere. And speaking of beating us, well, you can try if you like in the Splash Sports Survivor Contest. Use password WagerTalk when you sign up, getting a $100 bonus. And you will have the chance, this is an NFL Survivor Contest, you guys know what that means, to go up against Mark and I. We have one entry. Mark and I have a morning wager entry. He selfishly used his own name, though, instead of the show name. That's okay. That's okay. I think he's trying to jip me out of the money. But hey, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. $21 million are on the line. Mark and I are going to split it. Do you think you can beat us? Sign up. It's that simple. Splash Sports. Make sure to use that password WagerTalk. You get a $100 bonus.
Yeah. Good luck. You're not taking our money, but we want you to join in.
We want you to join.
I keep telling you guys, even on the individual game videos that I do, you sign up, you send me a screenshot of your entry fee. I'll give you a week's worth of Monday through Friday, a week's worth of free plays.
There you go. All right. Is there anything else we'd like to share? I know that you've...
No, have a good weekend.
Okay.
We'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, everybody. We will talk to you on Monday. Until then, let's cash some tickets.